Welcome to Seeing This. I am the movie mamba, Mike Lornellis. We have the feisty Pisces, Erica McMullen. We have the Gerber babyface assassin. And today we have a bonus episode. We asked, you all responded. Revenge of the Sith is the anniversary episode we wanted to do. You're shaking your head, Adrian. Not your vote?
Not my vote.
Oh, man. You're still kind of delayed, but let's hope that goes away. Well, listen, I think between the four, we did Revenge of the Sith, we did Gladiator, we did Braveheart, and the other option was Friday the 13th. Only got one vote. No love for that. But honestly, I'd love to at some point do one for all of them. So, Erica, you said you're going to Scotland here soon. Maybe
we could do Braveheart.
We do Braveheart for that one, and then Gladiator just cuz. We'll see. But today, we are doing Revenge of the Sith, episode 3. Let's take it back. Let's go back in time to 2005. Like I said, this is the 20th anniversary, released May 19th, 2005.
That was a good year.
That was your graduation year, right?
Graduated, had a kid.
That came out that year.
A lot of good movies. Adrian graduated, had a kid. I remember the graduation with little baby with you and Rosalind at the high school graduation. Incredible.
Getting my diploma.
Yeah. Two achievements. I haven't looked back since. And we learned that diploma doesn't teach us how water pressure works underwater. Thank you, Erica, for letting us know on the Last Breath episode. But yeah, that you kind of jumped into what I was going to say. Where were you in 2005, Erica? Where were you? It's always so like, I got to brace myself for like what you're going to say for an older movie.
2005, I was in 5th grade.
5th grade. Okay.
But like the crazy thing is though, I mean, you know my family, Michael, very well, and a lot of Star Wars fans. Like sure. Star Wars is huge in our family. So my brother and I, my mom pulled us out of school to go see the movie.
Hell yeah. She was on board. And what was your relationship with Star Wars at 10 years old? Like what was, you'd seen them?
Yeah, so I had seen all of them at that point. And it's not that I don't like Star Wars, but for me growing up, like Harry Potter was my staple. So like, and it was books and movies. So that was always something for me to look forward to. But my brother, I remember my mom said that my brother had loved Star Wars from very early on. So like we all enjoy Star Wars very much. But I don't think I'm as dedicated as a Star Wars fan as the rest of my family.
Sure. Yeah, I think, Adrian, I don't know if you want to expand any further. You graduated, you had a son, you decided to right your ship and live the righteous life, right?
Define righteous.
Okay, we're still trying to define it. 2005, yeah, I'm a year older than Adrian, so I was 1 year removed from high school. And I can just remember when this movie came out, it was kind of like the accumulation of like all this time, all this lore. We got some of the prequels. I feel like when episode 1 and 2 came out in the moment, we didn't want it to be bad. So I was like, hell yeah, we got Star Wars, cool, I'll take it. But looking back, they're probably the weaker episodes. But with Revenge of the Sith, like we knew what was going to happen in this movie. Like we knew this is the turn.
The race was like still so memorable to me,
Yeah, the pod race is pretty cool in episode 1.
You guys like the pluck of the pod race.
I think Michael's more attesting to like their explanations of why people are Jedis and the laziness of the writing into it. Yeah,
we get midichlorians introduced, but we won't go that far down it. But yeah, I was very excited for this movie to come out. Like I said in a previous episode, just saw it again in England, so glad you guys got a chance to catch up on it. Also, yeah, awesome. But I won't go over that again. What's your ranking of Star Wars, right? I mean, there's tons of movies, there's shows. I'll let you in your own headcanon, what's your top 8 Star Wars products? Adrian doesn't know 8. Adrian doesn't know 8. Okay, well, give me your top. Like, what are your favorite? What's your ranking of the Star Wars movies? Let's just do that.
I would say probably The Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Then Revenge of the Sith.
Number 2. Wow.
And then probably what was the third one?
Episode 3 is Revenge of the Sith. Oh, Return of the Jedi?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Go ahead, Erica. Let's do 3. What are your top 3?
Empire Strikes Back. That's my favorite. Yeah. You can't like not have that in your top 3. I'm actually gonna go A New Hope
Okay.
and Revenge of the Sith.
Sure. So both of you have Revenge of the Sith top 3.
Would probably been 4 for me because I
Sure.
like the Ewoks, and I remember tripping out of your house one time on some stuff.
My house?
Psychedelics.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and I was seeing little Ewoks running around his yard, and I was sitting on the
I
couch.
can neither confirm nor deny if my house was the location of whatever it was you were seeing, but it sounds like it checks out. Sounds like it checks out. Yeah, Empire number 1 for me. It's got to be A New Hope. I mean, that's where everything started. There's just so many like epic, iconic scenes in that movie. And again, I'd say The New Hope, the original version, not with all the fucking digital CGI added. And then 3, yeah, I think we might be the same, Erica. Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
And an honorable mention, I go with Andor, which is TV and showing
Oh
right
no,
now. But
honorable mention. I think I'm gonna throw The Mandalorian in there before I'm gonna throw in
I like the
Andor.
Mandalorian. Yeah.
Team Pedro over here. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Well, don't watch The Last of Us if you like Pedro. No spoilers.
No,
Let's move.
I'm gonna
Go
pause
ahead.
though. I'm gonna
'Cause
just
that's not a
pause
spoiler.
about The Mandalorian, and I think the reason that it was so successful and did so well, and the reason I like it personally so much is I think we kind of got the best of both worlds, right? So we're getting a new story, but it still has a lot of like that old style Star Wars in it. So that's why I personally like it the best.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Rogue One is slipping real close into that, like right in that 5 slot, very close into that.
Sorry, Erica, did you say you're doing Andor or no?
No, Mandalorian.
Yeah. But I mean, in general, have you seen Andor?
No, but I'm not like.
No, I know, but I
It's the
think
same
you'd
with
like it.
Marvel right now. Like you guys, they're just keep adding on and adding on and adding on, and I'm
different.
like,
It's
I
different.
cannot keep up.
I'll just say this again. We'll get back to Revenge of the Sith, but if you like Rogue One, Andor is going to give it a whole different perspective.
I heard that
you know
I
what
would
mean?
really like Andor.
Yeah,
My brother
yeah.
recommended
It
that.
just
Andor.
wrapped up. I'm still 6 episodes behind, but
Which one's Rogue One?
Yeah.
That's the one with Diego Luna.
It's a show, or is that the
Yeah,
movie?
it's a movie. No, it's a movie.
Right?
Oh yeah, I've seen the movie. Yeah.
It's a movie, but it's set right before. It's essentially how the Death Star plans get to Leia.
Correct. And we see fucking Ultimate Vader. But we're not talking about Rogue One.
So dope.
That's the. Yeah. Okay.
Such a good scene.
So yeah, like I said,
So how come none of those were on your top 3 for you guys?
Because listen,
because I don't think. I don't know, Michael. Maybe you can agree with me. I don't think I'd ever put anything new that's come out in front of the original 6.
Like anything post Revenge wouldn't be a top 3.
Anything post Revenge of the Sith, I will never have them in my top 3.
Yeah.
Why? What if it was a better movie? Because obviously graphics are better. Acting may have been better. You know.
I can kind of see where Erica's coming from, because it's like now you have the nostalgia baked into it, right? So it's got to be like, again, Andor's really creeping into my top 3. I got to see how the season wraps up. But Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, directed and written by George Lucas. Maybe not the best choice, but nonetheless, we'll proceed. Stars Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, Samuel L. Jackson, Ian McDermott. 0 Oscar wins, just as we like to do for every anniversary, checking on the Oscar count of the movies you do. 0 Oscar wins, but we may change that by the end of this show. Let's start with our categories, and we'll cover, I'm sure, a lot of the movie going through this.
Yeah.
Very, very first category. The Will Smith at the Oscars. Does this still slap? Adrian, what are your thoughts? Erica's just an immediate yes.
Yeah, I think it still slaps. Rewatching it, I felt it was a little childish, you know, but it still was a good movie and it still slaps, you know.
That's coming later, Erica. Mr. Skywalker, or what's his name? Master Skywalker. What are we going to do? Yeah, Erica, you said it still slaps. This is still
slaps.
holds up.
super sad I wasn't able to get into the theater to watch this again, but, you know, nothing really beats that first experience anyway, so.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I would say it still slaps. I mean, obviously, there's things that might be a little outdated, which we'll get to a little later. But it's still enjoyable. It's still the best of the sequels, and like I said, it's probably
Yeah.
still in my top 3 just because of the importance of the movie more than anything. Next category, which we could probably breeze through, the Gladiator 2 unnecessary sequel. What happens in the sequel? We have enough sequels, as Erica was
You have
saying.
3 big unnecessary sequels.
What's happening in the sequels is literally just, like I said, just wrapped up its last episode. So check out Andor if I haven't plugged that enough already. The Chip Whitaker, I'm curious on this one, from Flight, No Fly Zone. What hasn't aged well? Anything stand out to you guys that didn't age well?
I mean, it's just like, you know, the irony of things that are happening today, and then seeing the Galactic Senate just gladly give over power to Palpatine. It's like, oh,
I'd say it's
no.
aged well because it's relevant, but the whole premise
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I don't know. The whole killing all the little kids, kind of rough. Kind of doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
don't
the
know.
old. I mean, we've talked about it before for other movies. It's the ultimate act of evil, like taking away the
Yeah, I
innocence
think
of a child, and whether that's killing them or any other means of harm, you know,
I would say
it's
for
final step into the dark side.
what we've gotten used to with Star Wars now, like in that sense, I don't think it's aged well because like it's pretty heavy. Andor is close, like there's nothing necessarily like that evil per se. I'm not done yet,
Yes, there
but
is.
yeah, probably. But it's just heavy and not like typical Star Wars you would think in that
Yeah.
sense. So that's fair. I would just say the CGI. I talked about it a little our last episode, seeing it on like a huge screen, like the computer, like characters are very clearly computer, like all the clones, like very clearly
Yeah.
digital, you know?
Yeah.
And I
I
would
think it's
say,
harder too with the TVs we have.
yeah, as
Because if
well.
you were to throw, like, that DVD onto, like, an old TV, I think it would maybe show a little different versus, like, we're getting these TVs that are just so high definition to where there's not really, like, that magical and
Yeah.
scientific feel to it anymore.
It's no longer grounded. Like it just brings out
Yeah.
all the colors and everything. Yeah. And outside of that, I mean, the acting, right? I mean, let's be real. Some of the acting in this is a little questionable and soap opera.
From who?
I mean, the first person that comes to mind, unfortunately, is Anakin Hayden Christensen, I think. But maybe that's a hot take. Maybe we can save that.
It is a hot take, and
Oh, just you wait.
I cannot wait for you guys to hear my hot take.
Oh, good. Well, let's proceed. Let's proceed. Let's hear your creativity on this one. The M. Night Shyamalan twist ending. What's a twist you would have liked to seen in this movie or at the end of the movie? I'll give you one as you guys think about it.
Yeah, you go ahead and give us one.
I think the twist would be that let me try to put it this way. I'd figure out a different way to work the way Padmé died, right? So Anakin in his anger force chokes her.
Yeah.
She passes out and then she gives birth to Luke and Leia and loses the will to live. And that's how she dies. I say a nice twist would be something where she's still alive and Anakin searches her out and then does end up killing her. Probably because of jealousy with Obi-Wan or whatever.
I mean,
because let me just wrap this up real quick. If you remember Return of the Jedi, when Luke is talking to Leia about like Luke knows, but he hasn't said anything to Leia yet. And he's like, "Oh, do you remember your mother?" She's like, "Yeah, just images, like she was fond and kind and things like this." With her being dead at birth, like there's no room for memory. So I think doing that would make it a little bit more coherent.
I know, but you have to remember she was adopted and she had a mother. Like let's take the Obi-Wan series out of this because it was trash and really fucking stupid how they tried to connect certain things that didn't need to be connected. But she has a mother.
Is that who she's remembering? So did her foster mom died when she was young?
Because she's never told that she's a foster child. She's never told she's adopted.
So she doesn't discover that until Luke tells her.
And
she says, somehow I always knew. So again, there's a little cohesion there that got a little muddled.
No, I think when she says somehow I always knew, I think that only refers to her as when she meets Luke. She kind of like always knows. I think that's what.
Then why'd she fucking make out with him?
Yeah, like come I said, a lot of poor decisions.
Come on. Okay, did you guys have
Disney or back in the day?
I mean, I think
it wasn't Disney then.
I think a big twist that kind of like ruins the plot for the first three, for episode 4, 5, and 6 is the fact that R2-D2 is not wiped, but 3PO is. So like,
and also,
at that point, R2-D2 would know literally everything. Like,
and Obi-Wan acts like he doesn't. Obi-Wan acts like he doesn't recognize R2 in episode 4 in New Hope.
Which is
okay. We're covering the whole saga here in this episode.
I
know. You guys, any twist endings? Anything for this movie? No. Okay. We will proceed. No country for cold takes, hot takes. Erica, you're very excited about yours. What's your hot take about Revenge of the Sith?
This was one of Samuel L. Jackson's worst performances in his
That's
movie
my
career.
fucking hot take. Maybe it's not so hot, or at least we get the temperature there. I had the same thing.
When Palpatine murders him, I don't know if this is just like an editing problem or the way they cut the movie, but it is the fakest scream to his death on the planet. Where he's like holding, he's like, ah, and then he looks, ah, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's channeling his inner Ace Ventura.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrible. Throw it. I dare ya. Oda! Don't just stand there! Throw me a spear!
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah, I have the same. I mean, I think he was actually too big of a name, and it's kind of distracting. Like, it's Samuel L. Jackson as a fucking Jedi. You know what I mean? Which gets people in seats, but on the acting side,
here's a hot take on this hot take.
Okay.
If he was cast as a Jedi now versus being cast as a Jedi when he was, I think he'd have a better performance.
You're talking about now in like a new show?
No,
or like his
now,
age now?
His age, like just acting career wise, like
he looks the same. He doesn't
his chops
age.
Are better.
Like he's a better actor. He looks the same
as a better actor is what I meant. I don't.
Okay.
The fuck.
He did Pulp Fiction by then, so I mean, he's definitely a great actor. Listen, it comes back to the director, which is a new director. We'll get to that. George Lucas was famously bad at directing actors, not being an actor's director, and the whole sets are all like blue screen. So I cut him a little credit, but still.
Yeah, but then you have what's his face playing Palpatine, and he's just done like an absolute fucking perfect job. Like you're just
McDermott,
like, holy shit, dude! Like you can't get any better than that.
Yeah. You're taking away some of our categories and awards here, Erica.
Sorry.
Adrian, do you have any hot takes for this one?
He likes our hot take. That's why.
No. I believe it. My hot take is that Star Wars is severely overrated and so lame. So lame, guys.
Wow. Coming out of the Star Wars hater closet here.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I never knew.
I didn't know if I wanted this attack that's gonna happen because I understand that there's a Star Wars like fan base, but it is so lame.
We're gonna pause.
I really try.
We're gonna pause. On behalf of me and Michael and the Scene This podcast, we do not endorse what he just said.
Yeah.
You guys wanted a hot take.
I like it. I like
It
it.
is a hot take. It is a hot take. A really piping hot take.
As you were ranking them, though, you had a smile. You seemed enthusiastic about it, so you must.
I tried.
You have a decent list, too.
I want to like Star Wars. You know, like
Wow.
I want to. I really like try. I've seen all of them multiple times. You know, I buy in when people crack their jokes and are nerds, and I'm just like, God, this is so lame.
Now, out of curiosity, like when Star Wars like had first come out, or like whenever you were first exposed to that, was there anything else? Was there like a movie before that you were hooked on? So like for me, like obviously I liked Jurassic Park and I liked E.T. and I hadn't really seen Star Wars. So was there a movie that you liked
like a big,
before
like
Star
kind of a
Wars
big,
that like maybe just couldn't get you into it because you were so interested in something else?
I might have been like traumatized away from it, with like E.T. and Mac and Me. Mac and Me had me terrified, like shook as a little kid. So maybe the whole alien concept was just
feel that on a spiritual level too.
Yeah, Mac and Me definitely it like haunted me. So
Terrifying.
I definitely was not. I guess a little kid, like Superman was like my alien. You know what I mean? Like I could handle Superman as an alien.
Okay, no, that makes more sense. Like maybe space at that point just didn't.
What about Independence Day? You like Independence Day?
Yeah.
But hold on a second. And you can't compare Independence Day to Star Wars.
Well, sure. But the sci-fi alien aspect of it. But I understand. Okay.
Yeah. But,
wow.
Yeah.
I'll give you this, Adrian. For as long as I've known you, I appreciate you waiting for the podcast to drop that bomb.
I mean, you should have known. Like, I'm always making fun of you and calling you.
No, that's why it's a piping hot take, because we would have never known that you did not like.
Yeah. And you talk shit regardless if it's something you like or not. You just need to talk shit. Well, listen, you win the award for hot take. I think that's bigger than even Samuel Jackson. Okay, the Winona Ryder. I'm stealing this. The best prop to own or costume to own from this movie. Which one? From this movie? You can't shit on him and then take his lightsaber.
Darth Maul's lightsaber.
Oh no, I'm not gonna take his lightsaber. I'm gonna take Obi-Wan's lightsaber.
Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Oh yeah. Okay.
I'd take Obi-Wan's lightsaber. And then I would tell everybody, oh, your Obi-Wan gave this to me and I get to pass it along to whoever I want.
Like Hook. Pass the sword off.
So I would go for the hook. I would go for the hand of Anakin's robot hand.
You would take his arm?
Hell yeah, I took Anakin's robot arm. That's Vader's hand.
Wait, hold on.
I even had a softball team called Vader's Fist.
Yeah.
That's
There's a bunch of nerds.
Funny.
Maybe that's why I don't like Star Wars too.
You had to play softball with nerds and it just broke you. Well, so here's the thing, not to get technical about it, but he doesn't lose his robot arm in Revenge of the Sith. So in theory, it's like attached to him. You can take his real arm. That one got cut off.
No.
Yeah.
He can take the arm off. He's a fucking robot.
Oh, okay. So you're saying it's allowable to take props off of someone.
You can detach
if you're talking about a prop. We're saying in like 50 years, this dude is dead and it's a carcass and it's melting. Like there's still going to be a robot arm there. I could grab that robot arm and be like,
it's not going to disintegrate with the bones. It's still
it went into
there.
We see in Return of the Jedi. It just goes into space
his
heaven.
His soul leaves him and his arm's there with it.
You come up with a recycling bin, taking all his parts. Okay, so
see Wally come by and like scoop him up.
Don't start that shit. Wally.
Robots. That's a scene from the movie Robots, another animated movie you guys might not have seen, but Robin Williams plays a character in that, and they're scrapping robots with like new,
I love robots. That's a great
designed
movie.
models, and they're trying to find like ways to keep themselves going. You know, when the oil runs out.
Great soundtrack.
Robots is a good one
for robots.
Yeah.
You should watch
it's like
Robots.
So stupid. Like it's so dumb, but it's entertaining.
If I may, you guys talk shit about the movies I haven't seen and then tell me to watch them. They're almost all fucking animated movies.
Until you watch The Sound of Music, shut the fuck up.
No, I did Wall-E. You're like, until you watch Wall-E, and I did that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say nothing about
Okay,
Wall-E.
so your homework is robots. Good God, add it to the list. Okay, so what would I take? You know what I would actually take?
You're gonna be so disappointed with robots. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Like if
No,
you
it's just
thought
fun.
Wall-E
It's a
was
good movie.
bad, you're gonna be fucking mad he made you watch robots.
I believe it. I would take the seat that the Emperor uses in the senator room, like the floating fucking thing he talks from. You know what I'm talking about?
Fucking Aquarius.
Yeah, fuck it. That's like a
you can sit above everybody and
well, it doesn't even need to be lifted. Like it's like a new recliner. Like you're set up, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's tons of stuff you can take. I also thought of
I'd
Natalie.
take that or either like Padmé's entire fucking wardrobe.
Sure.
Shit,
I think
girl.
I see where you're going with our Coleman Domingo. Not quite there yet. Castaway recasting. Who would you recast in this? Well,
Mace
I think
Windu.
yeah, you know?
Samuel L. I'm
Samuel
Samuel L.
Jackson. I'm so sorry. I love and adore you so much, but this role was shit.
Okay, well, who would you replace him with?
I've got someone. I did a little research to think, okay, who would be good? Because like I said, the reason why I think it didn't work with Samuel is he's known. Like it's him. Like you're waiting for him to call fucking Anakin a motherfucker, right?
I was waiting for it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's not like, Samuel L. Jackson if he don't drop a motherfucker.
Yeah. I would go with Michael J. White. So we talked about Spawn last episode. So he's the guy that plays Spawn in that. And I think he's like athletic, he's fit. He does a lot of like karate kung fu movies outside of the ones we mentioned. And he's also he has like that dark side. Like I think Samuel Jackson kind of walks the line of like he's a Jedi, but he's pretty hard.
Mess you up.
Yeah. So that's who I would go with. I think anyone else, like, you know, you got your Don Cheadles, you got your Denzel, but you're gonna run into the same like of that age range. I'm also thinking that age range.
Yeah, you're thinking of that age range.
Throwing out a black artist, so like it has to be a black guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we're getting rid of the only black Jedi we see on screen. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got to keep it.
I see that.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Erica? No, she's out. Okay.
I can't. No, I'm trying to remember his name.
What's the end? We'll play this game.
He's in This Is Us. He's
Pedro
the
no.
He's
That's Last of
the
Us.
black kid that they adopt.
Sterling K. Brown.
Sterling K. Brown. Yeah. Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah.
I think he'd be interesting
I thought of him.
to see in that.
He'd be good. He's in Paradise.
Like
yeah.
I mean, I've seen him in. I mean, we've seen him in serious roles, right? And if we want to kind of take away the goofiness that comes with Samuel L. Jackson and kind of like the roles that we kind of, you know, the dialogue that we expect out of him, I think Sterling K. Brown would do like a really good job.
I wouldn't mind seeing Ice Cube in that role. Like it would have been the complete opposite. Instead of being like corny and like kitty cheesy, it would have been like thug and gangster.
Like Training Day Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Right?
Or not like
Training Day Ice Cube, and all I'm hearing is him narrating the other guys on just the stupidest shit that they're doing. Like, oh, not in the Bronx, we don't do this.
Hey, yeah. Careful with the accent there, Erica. Careful with the accent.
I can't do his accent at all. He's got it good.
It's like, Anakin, you will not be a master. Yay. All right. Well, we got that covered. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in Twins double feature. What's a movie or show you would recommend for
that? At this point, you just gotta watch the next 3 movies.
Yeah, it's a quadruple feature.
You just gotta watch 4, 5, and 6 right after.
Yeah.
No, I'd maybe like do like a Rogue One would still be fun to pair with this. I think maybe any of the Star Wars movies you could probably insert in here and have a good time making it a double feature.
No other way, since
you're getting out of the galaxy far away.
Yeah, since you guys are nerds, I would double down on the nerd basket and go Star Trek.
Go to Against the Grain and see what all the hype's about.
Star Wars and Star Trek. Boom.
But
call it a day, like 12 hours, all the movies.
all the Star. Oh, you're getting out of control with this category. 12 movies. Yeah. I think the obvious is, I would say, Andor, because it's literally what's next, unless you get into the animated Rebels, but that's a whole rabbit hole. If I were to pick something outside of Star Wars, I would actually say a Kurosawa movie called The Hidden Fortress. George Lucas pulled a lot of the original trilogy from The Hidden Fortress, and you kind of see a lot of the shots are even shot for shot. He took it, and the characters are very much the same from A New Hope. So if you want to get out of the Star Wars universe, but still interested in something international by a world-renowned director, check out Hidden Fortress. On to our awards. The Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman, you made a... Sorry. The Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman, you made a huge mistake. See, that's why I want to say huge mistake,
A
but in the
big
movie... No,
mistake.
no. No.
Huge.
I rewatched it because I had to rechange the document. What she says is, you made a mistake. Huge. I feel like there should be, but there's not.
No,
But there's
I
a
don't know
comma.
what version you're watching, but that is not the words to the movie.
Whoa,
All right.
controversy.
Let's see. You made... Oh, Google tells me big mistake as a as like to fill in the rest. You know what? Here we are. Can I share my screen?
Yes, you better. You wouldn't wait on me? You work on commission?
Yes. Big mistake. Big. Huge.
Big
I have
mistake.
She didn't even say you made... You didn't... Yeah, okay. Whatever. Good job, Erica. You're right. Way to go.
Oh, my 3 favorite words. You were right.
Well, for the sake of this goddamn show, it is the Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman. You made a mistake. Huge. What's the biggest nitpick you have about Revenge of the Sith? Adrian, kick us off.
The CGI, for sure. It just looks so fake. It's so some of the writing, I guess, was really like childish, and I understand it's meant for that type of demographic, and it's just kind of weird that grown ass adults like it so much.
You're coming from.
But I'd say like just some of the notions that were really childish and like.
Fair enough. Erica, you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, the CGI, like that, not that it's a mistake, because obviously they were working with what they had at the time and what was going on. It's not the best, I mean, we're lucky enough to get a Yoda fight scene, which we were like,
which was pretty dope.
Which was pretty dope.
Yeah, that was the best of the CGI.
There's definitely some
Yoda
instances
scene.
where you're like,
or even Grievous when he popped up with 4 arms, like that was pretty dope.
Yeah, sure. I remember when I watched this, it was a midnight showing. I think Adrian, I went with Larry. Larry came with me. And I think he fell asleep at some point, and then Yoda came on the screen. I'm like, hey, yo, hey, wake up. And he looks, and Yoda like pulling out the lightsaber. You could feel the energy in the theater of like, fuck, it's like, let's go. Like Yoda versus the Emperor. Like, here it is.
I remember watching the movie, and that was like the only reason why everybody was there to watch it, was just for Yoda to finally kick some ass.
Yeah. Well, and Anakin to turn to Vader, but a big double dose of
and
excitement.
Padmé to die.
and Padmé to die. So you guys say CGI. I would say like story-wise, when they first get back to Coruscant, I believe it is, and Anakin meets Padmé, and it's like everyone's walking down the corridor or whatever, and he just walks off to the side.
You know what, too? Obi-Wan not knowing that it's Anakin's baby. Yeah, that's fair.
I think he knew. I mean, he knew when she knew she was pregnant. Like, but like just being so like out.
It's like he doesn't know. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's Anakin's baby, but you knew the whole time.
Yeah, he's got to say it. But yeah, just being so out in the open, making out when it's supposed to be a secret. Like, come on, we could have done better than that. Let's see. Okay, here you go. John Leguizamo, this movie needs a Latin award, a Latin actor to add to the movie. Well, we do have Jimmy Smits, who plays Senator Organa, Leia's foster dad, as we talked about. But I can say we can add another one. What do you guys think? Anyone in mind?
I wouldn't mind seeing Mandalorian make a sighting. You know what I mean?
Pedro as the Mandalorian in this.
I don't know if timelines match up.
No, it doesn't. Unless he was really
like
young. He'd have to be like Boba Fett's age, like a kid, almost.
Yeah, so I think
Like
having Boba Fett in there
teenager.
might have been that he could have been our, or is he Latin?
He's
or
not
is
Latin.
he...
No, he's like I mean, I don't want to get it wrong. No, I want to say he's like Islander. Oh, you're gonna make me look. Hold on. Don't want to get it wrong.
Maybe we should change it because it's not necessarily just a Latin. Maybe
damn, you're trying to get rid of our people, bro.
No, I'm trying to be. It's not just Latin like people that need to be included. It's all people. So like,
I agree.
Everything that's not.
No, but we are all.
But
I think the point of it is we are all of some Latin descent, so we want to bring
in Italian and Scottish and.
Oh, duh! I knew this.
Mexican and Spanish.
Yeah, no. First of all, we are a Latin podcast. We may have all kinds of mixes. We're mixed up with different things, but we can all identify with that, and we want to lift up.
Adrian.
We want to lift up our people. And Tamara Derek Morrison, who plays Boba Fett and the clones and whatnot, is from New Zealand. I knew that. She's from New Zealand.
I mean, that's an island.
I didn't know that.
It is an island. Yeah. Well, so I have someone for you guys, and I think this goes back to some of the questionable acting by Hayden Christensen, who, at this point, it's come full circle. He's great. It's hard not to see him in the movie. But how about Gael Bernal Garcia?
Sure.
You know who he is?
No.
Yep. You guys are killing me. Have you seen Y Tu Mamá También? Have you seen Motorcycle Diaries? Have you seen? Yeah, him.
Okay.
No.
I can see it.
Okay. Guile, I tried to get you in. Diego is Andor. I'm trying to get him in. All right. Anyone?
I know it's actually really sad because Diego Luna he's a great addition to the universe. So
yeah. It'd be great to get him on too. And another reason you should watch Andor. So many of the characters are fucking Latin.
What about a woman?
Sure. Who do you want?
Like instead of Padmé. Or for Padmé.
I mean, it's tough to replace Natalie Portman, though.
I mean, because we have Rosario Dawson
as Ahsoka,
so that's really cool. But if maybe we had like another Latin girl who's like from the same planet,
I got it. I don't. We can work in where she's from and all the things, but Selma Hayek on the Jedi Council. I mean, let's add her. What?
Maybe like.
Too much temptation to the dark side.
Wait, hold on. Is Sandy Newton? Is she Latin?
Sandy Newton.
Sandy, Thandie, because she looked.
Yeah.
They look identical.
I think she's English.
Oh dang it! I didn't know she was Latin.
Like a Sofia Vergara.
And well, hold on. One thing at a time. She at that how do you say her name again? Sorry. Thandie. She's in Star Wars. She's in Solo. So she's in the universe.
Is she?
Yeah, she's in Solo. She plays Val in Solo.
Oh dang. Okay.
Yeah. Adrian, you said Sofia
Zoe
Vergara.
Saldana, she's Latin descent and she looks like Rosario Dawson.
Oh, that's not.
I'm trying to think of like all the actresses that look alike, and maybe they could like play her sibling.
Well, let's be thankful we got, like I said, Jamie Smithson, who has been recast in Andor. If you don't want that spoiled, I don't want to say with who, but he's not in Andor. Let's move on. We have the Samwise Gamgee, most underrated.
Hold on. I gotta stop you right there because I think.
Oh, you look someone up.
Instead of Padmé or for Padmé, a Penelope Cruz.
No.
I think she fits it perfect.
No, I disagree. I think all due respect, and I know I just propped up Latin culture, but I think her accent would be kind of tough as Padmé. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying that'd be a really different movie, and it's tough to take out Natalie.
You're so hypocritical, Mikey.
How dare you? Most underrated.
Okay, wait, hold on. Adrian said Sofia Vergara. Can you imagine if
her accent.
Palpatine was the one to murder her, and she's the one screaming, falling off the Jedi Tower?
Yeah. That's like a Robot Chicken episode.
So funny.
Can we proceed to most underrated
Yes,
character?
we can.
All right. Anybody that you think didn't get enough shine, or in the big picture we don't talk about enough? Erica, I'll just piggyback off of kind of something you mentioned. Ian McDermott as Palpatine, I think, is vastly underrated, and he was stellar in all 3 movies. And when we talk about the prequels, I don't think we necessarily go to Palpatine or Ian McDermott specifically, but like he brings it from being just like a politician, senator, or whatever the fuck he was, grand chancellor, whatever.
I don't know. From what I understand, he's voted like top 10, maybe even top 5 villains of all time. So I'm not with you on that one,
Like
because
he doesn't qualify.
I think he got just the right amount of time, right? Because he's not meant to be shoved in our face like that. He's meant to be like this snake, this conniving. Let me just plant little things here and there for Anakin to be tempted just enough, right? So I don't think we're meant to see him too much on the screen.
Okay.
I think in general, just all of the other Jedi don't get enough time of us kind of getting to interact with them. Like, we
I feel
just
like we
kind of
don't
get our
interact with them in any
staple.
of the movies.
You don't in the movies,
Well,
but
I
in
mean,
the
there's
animated
times where we
show.
get. Yeah, there's times where we get like more of the Jedi Council and stuff like that, but we not necessarily like them as individuals throughout what's happening, because you're gonna tell me no other Jedi has an effect on Anakin or Obi-Wan or Yoda, or you know what I mean? Like that, I just felt like there maybe was a little less interaction than I would have liked.
I mean, that's the problem, is like, I think Lucas Inc. realized that. So when we go back into the Clone Wars, the animated series, we see a lot of that. Like a lot of characters we see from the Jedi Council, we end up seeing in Clone Wars. But to your point, Erica, I think you've convinced me.
I
I
know,
would
I
actually,
just wish we would have got that in the movie and not in an
yeah.
animated series that I have to watch on my own time for however many fucking hours. You know what I
No,
mean?
I completely agree. But if we want to pick one person, and if you guys haven't watched Clone Wars, you probably don't know who I'm talking about. But Plo Koon, he's the one that gets blown up in the X-wing. That's kind of like an alien looking fool. Gets blown up. He has the mask blown up. He is incredible. Like, if you watch Clone Wars, he could potentially be one of your favorite Jedi of all time. Like, he has a very nice depth of story. He's almost like the Morpheus of the Jedi, kind of. But we don't see any of that in Revenge of the Sith. So I think to your point, it should be someone from the council and get a bit more depth. The daughter in Hereditary. Oh shit moment. What was your oh shit moment, Adrian?
Oh, dude, when Anakin kicks out all the kids. When they watch the video and she's like, they're showing like, no way you would do that.
Yeah. So when he does it, or when they look at the surveillance?
No, when they watch the surveillance.
Okay. Because Obi-Wan didn't want to believe it, and it's like, I got to see the tapes.
Correct.
And Yoda's like, oh, despair you will find, or whatever the fuck he says. Yeah. Erica, you got one? A no shit moment?
I think it's when Palpatine orders the Executive Order 66, and then like the oh shit is like when like Yoda's like feeling all of their deaths. You're like, oh shit, like he's really fucking killing everybody right now.
That's such a pivotal moment throughout all of Star Wars, like lore, like everything. It's like a before and after of that, really. And I remember, again, being in theater in that scene when Order 66 happens, like everyone's kind of in shock, right? Like they're shooting at Obi-Wan, the Jedi are being killed, and then it shows the stormtroopers look at each other, walk towards Yoda, and you see him do like his flip and fucking slice him. The whole crowd in the theater just fucking erupted in cheering, like, yeah, fuck yeah, you know, like just the energy at the time was incredible. But yeah, I think Order 66 is probably the winner there. I was gonna say maybe when Obi-Wan slices Anakin, because that was the oh shit of like, oh shit, we're here, like we've come to this point.
And the crazy thing too is like you really don't expect that to happen either, because you see Vader up and walking in episode 4, 5, and 6. So you don't imagine him not having legs or not having arms. You just imagine him maybe having like some robotics added to him, but for him to just be like a torso.
But I do appreciate it that he is all machine, because Obi-Wan tells him in A New Hope he's more machine now than he is man, right? So like it goes hand in hand. All right, next award. We have the Rocky Balboa Gut Punch Award, most emotional scene.
Padmé's funeral.
Yeah.
I was bawling my eyes out.
Yeah.
I still like. I will, and even when it's between that and then, I'm gonna start crying right now because it gets to me. But when Obi-Wan is talking to Anakin and he like tells him all these things, and
You're my
like
brother. You were
when
my
he says, he's like,
brother.
I loved you, like you were my freaking brother. Like what
Yeah.
am I supposed to do now? Like, you know, I've just, and at that point, obviously, he can't find it in himself to just finish him off, you know, and like that scene breaks me too.
I
But
mean, that's kind of where it's
between having to watch that and then having to watch Padmé's funeral, you're just like bawling the end of the whole
that whole
movie.
stretch of time up until Anakin is Vader. What happened to Padme? And that's pretty shitty too. Like, no, you know, like it's pretty fucking bad. But anyways, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. You're good with that, Adrian?
Yeah.
Give the award there. Okay. Just a couple more to go. Erica's favorite, the Coleman Domingo Best Dressed Award. Who was the best dressed character?
Padmé.
Padmé? Yeah, throughout the prequels, she had an array of outfits she was wearing, right? Adrian, you go ahead.
I remember when before Carrie Fisher had passed away, rest in paradise, queen. But she had like mentioned, she's like, what the fuck? Look at that wardrobe. Like all I had was this and this.
And
Like,
a fucking tiny bikini made out of fucking copper or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only other candidate, I think, well, I mean, there's maybe more, but I mean, we got to mention Darth Vader. Like his suit, mask, the whole thing is so iconic. Anakin having his dark robe as he's coming up to the Jedi temple, like some pretty iconic clothing there. But yeah, we'll give it to Padmé, our girl. Not General Grievous with his like just cape. Like all he had was a cape.
Mickey boy.
So that was a part of what drove me crazy. Is why is he coughing?
Oh yeah.
Why is he acting like a sickly old man?
So again, I would
got some oil in the tubes or something.
I would attempt to answer, but I don't want to get ridiculed for being wrong. But I think it's something along the lines of like he has a human internals, like the heart and like, I don't know, little intestines or whatever the fuck that is, and then the rest of him is robot. And I think over the years and complications of that hybrid, that's what I put together. I don't know how factual that is. I don't think we necessarily get
that
that
oil in his lungs.
Is the Tin Man. Yeah.
Sounded kind of phlegmy, man.
Get that checked out, bro. New director, who dis? A director whose vision you would have liked to seen in this movie. I'll kick it off and just say, I was thinking of different people, but I feel like for this movie, you need someone that can like kind of get down and get a bit gritty. This is the darkest of all the movies. So I would say David Fincher. So director of the movies like Seven, Fight Club. I mean, he also did the great show fucking Mindhunter. If you guys ever want to see a great suspense thriller procedural, check out Mindhunter on Netflix. But he does a great job of kind of like making things a bit more procedural and a bit more grounded in reality. And I think if that's what Andor's doing well, not to plug that again. So I think David Fincher does a good way of keeping your attention, making it entertaining, and it's usually pretty twisted shit that he makes. So that's where I would go.
I would go like a James Cameron or
James Cameron. Okay.
Yeah, I would like to see like some mega blockbuster type production, like super
like a T2 James Cameron. Like
Terminator.
Yeah. It's a good pick. Erica?
Same lines with you of like having like that dark element, but also still like really telling a good story. David Yates. He's done quite a few of the Harry Potter films, but the ones that he's done definitely have taken on like more of a darker aspect to it, but still like really good storytelling, stayed true to what he knew he could from the books. I think I'd like to see how he would kind of like differentiate on like certain things in this film, but yeah.
I think that would fit into the like dark for a kid kind of genre. You know what I mean? Like if Star Wars is for kids, I think that's probably a safer route to go.
Well, and we'll think about it, right? You know, as we're getting into like, more like movies and like the newer movies, right? We're obviously tailored a little bit more towards kids and who they casted, how the story was. And I know you think that, but the themes that he did for the Harry Potter movies that he did were extremely dark. So
Have I told you?
I think he would do a really good job.
Did I tell you I only made it to like the first 5? And then it is like too much.
Talk about Harry Potter?
Yeah, Harry Potter.
How many are there?
Crazy because the
It's like
6th movie is the
that's
best.
what everyone
movie.
says. I said like, oh, I can only make it to 3. Oh, the 4th one's good. Then I watched the 4th one. And same shit. It's kind. I have the same relationship with Wes Anderson.
Have you
like I've given
read
so many
any
Can I
chances.
give you guys another hot take? I've never seen Harry Potter.
We
There
already
you go.
know you're not gonna like Harry Potter.
Yeah, if you don't like Star Wars, I don't think you're gonna like Harry Potter.
If you didn't like
All due
Star
respect.
Wars, we all know you ain't gonna like Harry Potter.
Yeah. It's yeah. That's, let's say this, Harry Potter is made for kids, definitely, and the darker ones you're speaking of probably age with those kids, right? Like that's you're that demographic, really, right? Because the first one came out.
But I'm just saying, in terms of like a good storytelling, along with like keeping the darker aspects in the film, like I think he would do a good job with the Star Wars. Because you need a good story, you know what I mean? Especially with Star Wars.
Absolutely do. And the Oscar goes to, if we could give the Oscar to one person, who are you giving it to? I've got my answer.
Whoever did the orchestra.
John Williams, whoever did the orchestra. Jesus Christ. John, I mean.
I know, I've actually probably, I'm familiar with him. I think I've heard his stuff.
Hey, you're digging a bigger hole,
heard
bro.
a lot of his movies.
I did. Yeah, he's like big.
That is Hollywood.
I want to say like in the orchestra of what's the Hollywood orchestra?
Hollywood Bowl.
The Hollywood Bowl.
Yes.
He does a performance there.
Yeah. I might have been to his house and I recognized all his stuff, and I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" I was just fixing his bidet.
See what I mean? The fucking disrespect this guy has. He's like, the orchestra, not even the composer, the orchestra. And he's like, oh, I've been in his house. This fucking guy. John Williams. Maybe you've heard of Jaws. Maybe you've heard of E.T. Maybe you've heard of Superman. Oh, I don't know. Indiana Jones. Star Wars. I mean, dude.
Okay, well, he should have got an Oscar. I just
yeah.
Give him credit.
Listen, I think John Williams should have won plenty of Oscars for did he do Casablanca? Wow.
He did, yeah. I'm trying to remember if it was, I'm almost positive it was Casablanca. Because
that's a long time ago.
At his show, he does the thing at the Hollywood Bowl, they like play the movie in the background.
Oh, so it's like he does
so like you can see where, like they do the music and you can see where all of it happened. It's really cool.
Well, that's not correct. Music composer is Mark Steiner. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah,
it's an older movie. That's all I remember.
It's way older. Yeah, it's way older. 1942 is Casablanca. So I don't think it was John Williams. But and now we lost Erica. You don't have to get mad and leave. Jesus Christ. Well, the Oscar goes to John Williams or bust. I was gonna say Ewan McGregor, which I think Erica would have actually had liked that, because Ewan McGregor has been consistent as far as like acting goes. I think for all 3 of the movies. You've seen all 3, right? At least.
Yeah, I've seen all of them.
Okay, you've seen them.
I've seen Rogue One. I've seen them all except I stopped when Solo came out.
You didn't watch that one.
I didn't watch Solo. I didn't watch any of the original, like the backstory ones. Yeah.
Sure. That's fair. Yeah. So either John Williams or Ewan McGregor. I'd like to think that Ewan. Oh, welcome back. We'll let everyone know who John Williams is. You don't have to get so upset.
It said that the administrator kicked me out, so I think you were mad at me.
No, what the AI is trying to fucking get me in trouble here.
I'm just kidding. It didn't say that. My internet went out.
The one Oscar, I would just say Ewan McGregor could be another option.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, of course it didn't. You fucking ass.
Am I delayed though?
You're like
Yeah,
fuzzy
you're
as
only
hell.
at 1%. You're fuzzy.
I'm hoping that it records fine and the edit will be great. But yeah, it's fine. I can hear you.
Okay.
Nothing to say now. Now she has nothing to say.
I'm delayed. I don't know what to tell you.
Ewan McGregor or John Williams? You're you're. I see. Okay, let's do a countdown. Ready? On the count of 3, say 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh my god! Thank you guys for listening to Seeing This. That was our last category, so I think we'll wrap it up there as Erica's malfunctioning over there, or at least her Wi-Fi is. Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out on Instagram, Blue Sky, Letterboxd, YouTube. Adrian, where can they listen? Spotify is quick with it. No delay there. There you go. Apple Podcast. And you can visit our link tree that has brand new and has all of our links to everything. So check us out. We'll have a new episode coming for you on Monday. But until then, stay safe.